Hi, I'm Dave Abrams.
And I'm Kristin Lagana. Welcome to Arundel County Week in Review. In this episode, we'll introduce you to our newest firefighters and we'll get a report on the health of our waterways. But first, making headlines this week. We have some big news to report about the effort to get a new high school for Crofton. On Wednesday, MGT America released a detailed study of the county's needs for school construction, and the findings confirmed that West County needs a new school. But that's not all. On the same day, Anne Arundel County Public Schools released its proposed capital budget and set a course for Crofton to be the first completely new high school built in this county since 1982, which would be the year I was born.
Wow.
So some things just age very well, I must say.
Yeah. We'll have to put you up next to the high school and see which one looks older.
Right. Now, Dave, these are some major developments, and I'll tell you why. For years and years, there's been a cry from the community to build the school, but the concept has never made it quite this far. There's still a long way to go, but congratulations to everyone who's been working hard to make this school a reality. Next week, we'll have County Executive Steve Shue on the show to explain what happens next. Now, what do you think we could call a potential mascot for Crofton High School, Dave?
This is the crucial question.
Yeah.
We have Seahawks.
See, this is what I'm thinking. We have a lot of birds.
Redskins.
Oh, yeah, that's a great idea.
Not.
We've got a lot of birds in the county.
Okay, right.
And we work really
the
well
ospreys,
with... Yes, we work a lot with alliteration.
The cranes.
You know what? That's a good one. That's better than what I was thinking. Because we've got, South River Seahawks and Broadneck Bruins. We've got a lot of alliteration. So either, I was going to say Crofton Crows, but I like Crofton Cranes better. Yeah.
If there's a way to get a caca in there, I love caca.
Yeah, that's a crow.
But all jokes aside, this is major stuff here.
Huge.
I mean, how long have we heard about this high school and nothing happened?
Right. And there's been a lot of buzz lately, so we're just going to ride that out.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about it too much because we don't want to jinx it because there's a lot more to go. Well, Kristin, there's something about graduations that just gives you that super special feeling.
It does.
This week, we had a chance to visit Fire Training Academy graduation in Brooklyn Park. And the people in the audience were smiling so hard, you think their faces are still hurting from this. At a packed house at the Chesapeake Center for Performing Arts, 59 new firefighters and paramedics walked across the stage, as well as 6 members of the BWI Fire Department. Here's what County Executive Steve Shue had to say about the graduates.
Of all the callings in life, the greatest are the ones that individuals devote their lives to something greater than themselves. And that, again, is what our firefighters do. Whether they are on duty or not, they're always thinking about keeping our community safe. Their instinct is to protect their fellow citizens. That instinct is always there. Here in Anne Arundel County, we're committed to encouraging that devotion to community and ensuring that our public safety professionals are the best trained in the state.
Congratulations to all the graduates. I had a chance to visit them in training and observed an exercise where they go into a maze blindfolded and have to work together to find their way out. It was totally amazing, and I do not plan on trying to do that anytime soon.
I would love to. Can I go to the academy?
You want to do this?
Yeah, I do.
I don't think you want to do it when you actually...
This would make a great field segment, actually, and I'm signing us up.
So wait. You would be okay with being blindfolded and having to crawl through a box?
Wait, you didn't say anything about crawling or a box. You just said a maze.
Yeah, a maze, like you're in a dark box.
I thought you could walk.
And you have to figure out which way to go. You have to feel around.
I was kind of imagining this was like the movie Maze Runner, and that I would be able to stand or run, not have to crawl.
You know what? I was a little upset with the fire department because they did. It was a great event, by the way. I mean, it was really cool.
I saw the pictures. It was a packed house.
It was. I mean, I don't know how many people they fit in that venue, but it was packed. But I had a chance to, like I said, I went to the training academy for a day, and I was just, kind of learning about it, shooting pictures for social media. I got the coolest picture of this maze exercise.
All right, I want to see it.
Where the trainee, the recruit, I hope I used the right word because I'm going to get so much junk for that, or cadet. Now I said all of them, I got it wrong. Yeah. But they had this, they put paper inside of the breathing apparatus and they drew a smiley face on the paper. And it looked like those little characters in Roger Rabbit that like scurry around.
Right.
Yeah, with the long noses or something.
I know what you're talking about.
Chuck, post that up there. Put that up on the screen for us and show folks. This was the best picture, and they didn't use it in the video at the end when they were celebrating their time. I was really upset.
I'm still intrigued. I'd like to go see the exercise.
Okay,
And,
you want to try
and
it?
potentially, I might want to try
Get you
it.
some turnout gear. It'll be 100 degrees. It'll be smoky and sooty smelling.
All right, now I see the purpose of the exercise is if you're in, okay. I was thinking more like a
fires
capture
is
the
for
flag
real, Kristin.
kind of camp. This is a fun thing, but you're right. It's probably something I
Maybe
can't
not.
handle.
Maybe you won't do it.
And speaking of things I can't handle, not only congratulations to the new graduates, but thank you for what you're doing for the county. That's
Absolutely
amazing. So that's
brave
great.
people.
Well, last week, Dave was completely unprepared to give the details on Tanya Steele's new bundle of joy. You may remember we mentioned the back-to-school program coordinator for the Department of Social Services had a baby, and it's a boy.
We had a baby, it's a boy.
It's a boy. So get ready for this photo. Chuck, let's see that kid. Fabian Raphael Clements was born August 18th at Bethesda Naval Hospital, weighing in at 7 pounds, 6 ounces. Look at that head of hair. Congratulations to Tanya and her husband Gregory. And Dave wants to know when he can babysit. Can you believe that face?
They're not going to let me babysit. You know, Fabian is a very, very cute child, for sure.
And I love the name.
It's a very nice name. And, you know, it occurred to me because, you know, when we're getting ready for the show, you know, we go through the various headlines and news items that are going on. And, of course, we lost Governor Mandel this week. His funeral was this week. And I had a chance to meet him a couple times years ago. Really great guy. So full of history and one of those people who can sit there and tell you a story and, you know, tell you everything about it. Had a bit of a colorful life that, you know, had some difficulties and some low points, but also did so much for the state of Maryland. But anyway, I mean, it's like cycle life stuff, you know. You have a baby, you have a death, and happy birthday to Chuck Duncan.
Oh, birthdays, of course. The milestones in between those two things.
That's right. Chuck Duncan, our director, had reached the ripe old age of, what was it?
25.
25
Happy
this
birthday,
week. So happy
baby.
birthday to Chuck.
Happy birthday, Chuck.
Happy birthday, Chuck. We're going to take a quick break, but when we return, we'll talk with Severn Riverkeeper Fred Kelly about the health of our waterways. Take a look at our community calendar for events around town, and don't go away. We'll be right back.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
Welcome back. Joining us on the program this week, we're delighted to have Severn Riverkeeper Fred Kelly. Mr. Kelly, thank you for joining us
So
today.
delighted to be here.
Yes, and
This is
can
wonderful.
you explain the role of a riverkeeper? What does a riverkeeper do?
Well, what we do is we do whatever is necessary to protect and restore our river, which includes building restoration projects that stop stormwater runoff, encouraging our neighbors to upgrade their septic systems to stop the nitrogen from coming into the river, which is one of the heavier pollutants.
Right.
And we also file lawsuits against those who want to do things that are inappropriate for the river.
The bad guys.
The bad guys.
Bad guys.
Yeah.
So you must interact a lot with a division that we've seen beef up quite recently, which is the Watershed Protection and Restoration Program for
Run
the county.
by my good friend Eric Michelson.
By Eric Michelson. We've had him on the show before.
And the wonderful thing about that program is that they have $70-some million a year to put restoration projects in all of our county waterways.
Right.
Which is ultimately what's going to restore all of the county waterways.
And this is, of course, an issue that our residents are very concerned with. So
Absolutely. Fred, what would you say is kind of the state of our waterways as we stand today?
We're at the infancy of real restoration. We're just beginning to restore. We're at the threshold of really doing it. And it's because of the fund. It's all about resources and money. And because we have the Waterway Fund, we also have what we commonly refer to as the flush tax, which is money that we can use for county residents who live on the water, have septic systems. They can get free upgrading of their septic systems.
Oh.
What more can you ask for?
And that pays for the upgrade of the wastewater treatment facilities.
The main portion.
I've heard that we're down to the point where, I mean, I don't want to speak out of turn too much, but it's almost drinking water quality.
Absolutely.
As far as how much
we
they
have
filter.
upgraded 44 of our major wastewater treatment plants on the bay, and that makes a big difference. That part of that money is also used for farmers to put in crops to keep the tremendous amount of phosphorus that's been coming off the farmlands into our waterways. That's called cover crops.
Right.
So we're doing a lot of really good things, and the only problem that we have right now, the last sort of hurdle for us in this county, is that we're having trouble with the permitting. Our regulators are behind, Maryland Department of the Environment and the Corps of Engineers, assisted by EPA, are really behind in terms of the kind of restoration projects that ought to be going in, and they're giving us trouble about getting permits for the new cutting edge sort of work that we're doing. Fortunately, the new kind of system we're putting in down at CERC, Smithsonian Environmental Research Center, we have 400.
Just went kayaking there recently.
Yeah.
Yes,
Lovely.
very nice.
We've got suddenly $450 million to study this new system and sort of validate it.
How much?
$450 million.
How much?
$450,000.
Okay.
I'm
Wow.
hoping that the funders will listen and maybe they'll kick in
I
some
see
more
what
money.
you're doing.
Yes.
But speaking of money,
Yeah.
it struck me, and I'm totally supportive. You know, I'm around the water all the time, so I think that these projects are very important. But it's hard to get around. I guess I'll call it the lack of progress so far. I was reading the series that the Capitol did a couple of years ago that threw out a figure of around $16 billion spent on bay cleanup.
Yeah.
And we are at a point where a lot of our waterways are unswimmable and
That's
very
why
polluted.
the river keepers exist, because we put in the projects that stop pollution. A lot of that money went to pay bureaucratic salaries and studies that nobody ever sees. I mean, they're doing more and more studies and strategy studies and things like that that end up on the shelves and don't get in. But what's happened in our government today, because Washington is so dysfunctional, is that we're not getting leadership from the top. Most of what is being done to actually clean up the bay is coming from grassroots, like the Riverkeepers. What we do is that we'll go to a place like the Annapolis Mall, which has been polluting the Severn for decades. No enforcement. Nobody stops that. We come in and we don't even try to get enforcement. What we do is we just clean up the mess. I just built a project, the Annapolis Mall, $1 million we raised, and we stopped the pollution that was coming off of the Annapolis Mall parking lot that had wiped out an entire fishery in the Severn River in a
That's
particular
Church Creek,
area.
right?
No, that's
No.
not Church Creek. It's Saltworks Creek.
Okay.
And it's called the Cabin Branch Project, which, by the way, one of the things that we're famous for in this county, and particularly the Severn River, is that we build prototypes that everybody else copies. And that particular project won the award for the best urban stream restoration project in the entire 64,000 square mile bay watershed. We beat out government projects.
Why didn't we have that on the show?
Yeah, really.
You should. You should.
Wait, I write the show.
You write the show.
Now, the really neat thing is if people want to come and see what we do to get involved, on the 24th of September, all day at the Cabin Branch Project, and here's the really nice thing about it. It's at the bowling alley on General's Highway.
I love that bowling alley.
Come to the bowling alley in General's Highway on the 24th of September, and you'll see us planting trees and picking up garbage. But the best part of it is you can come and actually see the project, see how it works.
Okay.
And by the way,
Is there a time for that?
we're starting at 9:30 until 3 o'clock.
Okay.
3 o'clock, and then bowling.
And then bowling,
come
of
after.
course.
Can we have
Yeah.
rock and bowl? 'Cause
Rock and
I-
bowl,
Rock and bowl, buddy.
And that's what I was saying. I love it there.
But here's what's really going on in our society today. Westfield owns the Annapolis Mall. Did they contribute a penny to this restoration project, even though we gave them
I'm
the
guessing
opportunity?
no.
No. And that's the point I'm making. It's the people. It's a populist kind of movement that's cleaning up our waterways. Corporate America isn't doing it. The federal government's totally dysfunctional. They aren't doing it. So it takes the local people, and at the county level, and at the local level, the community level. Because you can see who's sponsoring our projects on my river, community associations. The Pines community just replaced a broken bulkhead with a living shoreline, which is adding marshes and wetlands to the Severn, which is where all life comes from in the river. And they're the ones who are sponsoring and making the project happen. And you can come and see that project on the 24th of September, because we're going to have a little ribbon cutting to show the public what we've done with those funds that people donate to us to help build these projects. And that's where you can see where it's really happening.
I imagine it's probably difficult for folks out there to imagine quite what stormwater runoff and pollution from parking lots, how it really impacts our environment. So getting out there.
Actually, all you have to do is after every rainstorm, just go look at the river and see it turn brown. And it happens on every river here in the county. So it's really obvious how bad it is to what it's doing.
And that's what I was wondering. Do you rely on photos? Are you more of a get out here and volunteer and look what it's done, and just to get folks to realize what an issue it is?
Well, I think people understand that the issue exists.
Right.
And a lot of them are just wondering, why have we spent all this money on like the Bay program, for example? Where are the results? Well, you're going to start to see the results. The interesting thing is that where I've built
we might even be starting to see some of the results already.
The places where we build restoration projects, you can see clear crystal water.
Right.
And all the fishermen on the Severn River know where those spots are. That's where they go catch fish. The reason is because where we clean up the waterway, the dissolved oxygen levels are much higher than in the rest of the Severn. We still have parts of the Severn that are called dead zones, because the oxygen levels are like Zippo. And there's no life, because all life in the waterways depends on dissolved oxygen to survive. But we're where it's happening when people come and look at what we're doing and they see that we're actually stopping pollution as opposed to just talking about it. That's when they sign up and come out and work with us.
And obviously we want anyone out there that ears are perking up about this conversation, and if you want to come out and volunteer, we've got the event on the 24th. At the bowling alley in General's Highway, which
Yep.
a lot of cleanup, and then we're bowling.
Yep.
And then what else do you have coming up?
And again, on the 22nd, it's at the
22nd.
Pines Community Marina. Everybody's welcome to come, and you can see what a living shoreline looks like, how it works, and talk to the people that make things happen.
Very good. And I know you guys have a Facebook page too, so can get some info from that as well.
Severn Riverkeeper.
Severn Riverkeeper.
Yes.
Very good.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for all the hard work you're doing around the county and for joining us on the program this week. It's been a pleasure having you.
Well, thanks for having me. It's been
Yeah.
a delight. I enjoyed it.
And for you guys out there, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more Week in Review right after this.
It's a short ride from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
Welcome back. There is a mystery afoot, a murder mystery. Sara Gannon.
Dun, dun, dun.
Sara Gannon is in Pasadena at the scene of the crime to talk about a special event coming up for the Greater Pasadena Council. Sara?
Thanks, Kristin and Dave. Today I'm here in Pasadena with Alan Strawn, and he is the Vice President of the Greater Pasadena Council, also known as the GPC. Hi, Alan. Thanks for meeting me today.
You're welcome.
Can you tell me a little bit about what the GPC or the Greater Pasadena Council is?
Greater Pasadena Council has existed for years. It was disbanded a number of years ago, and then we restarted it about a year and a half ago. And our intent is to represent homeowners associations, community associations, and other citizens-based activities to amplify their voice in the community on issues related to the environment, education, to traffic, and other issues like that recent methadone clinic that appeared in a residential.
Hot topics in the community.
Exactly.
Alan, can you tell me a little bit how you can become a member?
Every homeowners association in the Pasadena zip codes, and that's 21122 plus the ones that sort of are immediately adjacent, homeowners associations can join by paying an annual due, and each homeowners association then has a primary delegate and an alternate delegate that can come and vote at meetings, and anybody can attend. There also can be individual members as well. They are not voting members for purposes of the way we operate, but they can head committees and other things to take care of GPC business.
Can you tell me about some of your committees? What types of committees do you have in the Greater Pasadena?
So we have an environmental committee that looks at things from water quality to various other things in the environment. We have an education committee that looks at and works with PTAs and other things to find ways to advance education causes. We have a legislative affairs committee that works with zoning and the elected officials in appropriate ways. We have a public safety and health committee that works on the relationships with fire and police. We were recently, one of our members, John Spencer, was recently integral in the event in August. National Night Out.
Absolutely, which was a huge success, and he was a huge help and very instrumental in that event, which made it a huge success at Early Heights in August. Also, can you tell me, do you have anything going on in the GPC? Any events coming up? Anything like that?
Yeah, we plan to build a Welcome to Pasadena sign that's going to be located before Catherine Avenue on Route 100, just after where Route 10 and 100 split. So it'll be a nice sign that's been designed, and there are going to be donors that give parts of that, but we're going to need a little bit of funding to finish it. So people have to actually dig holes and pour concrete and so forth and so on. So we're doing a fundraiser that'll be on the 12th of September at Two Rivers to raise money. It's a murder mystery night out, so dinner will be provided. Tickets are $70. Here's a copy of the ticket if anybody's interested in getting one. Just give me a ring or send me an email, and we'd be happy to get you a ticket. But the proceeds from this will go to help fund and underwrite that sign, and then other projects we'll take on every year, hopefully more and more as time goes on and we get more active.
And how much are tickets?
$70.
Okay, and what time is the event?
It starts at 6 o'clock and we'll run until done, probably, I guess, 9 or 9:30.
Okay. Now, also, can you tell me how they can find the GPC?
Absolutely.
And when do you meet?
We meet on the first Wednesday of each month, so at Big Vanilla, and the meetings are at 7 o'clock. And you can find me and GPC online, just Greater Pasadena Council. Search it and you'll find us. You can find me individually on Facebook. You can find Greater Pasadena on Facebook.
Okay, good.
And you can also get to me via email. My email address is astraughan@koolhof, KOOLHOF.org.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you for meeting me today, and back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Sarah. Sounds like a very fun way to get people involved in their neighborhoods. Again, the event is Saturday, September 12th. You can find out more by searching for Greater Pasadena Council on Facebook. And I think it was Professor Plum at the Nautical Lounge with a crab mallet, Dave.
Oh!
Spiced it up there.
I think you're probably right.
Yeah, I know, I'm right.
Sounds like a pretty cool way
Very
to
good.
raise money for a community association.
Yes, yes.
Well, Kristin,
Dave.
we've kind of previewed throughout the summer almost, it feels like, the end of summer.
Yeah, and here it is.
And now we're actually here at the end of
Yeah.
summer, and it makes me a little sad.
I know. It's funny because it's all about perception, because summer really isn't over until September's almost over, but we have conditioned ourselves that Labor Day weekend is the close of summer.
Yeah, how long did it take you to get to work this morning?
Pretty crazy.
With those fine, upstanding little children in the buses.
Yes.
All over the place.
And it was funny because I saw a meme online today. It was Cinderella's fairy godmother saying, and at the stroke of midnight on September 1st, everything will turn into pumpkin spice. And it's the truth.
The beer, the coffee.
All of it. And it's already been out for a couple weeks. I mean, there are places in August offering pumpkin flavor already.
I'm not that excited about pumpkin.
I love pumpkin, but now's not the time.
No, too
It's not
soon.
Too soon.
Too soon. All right.
Too soon.
Well, we talked about this a little bit. We're going to go through some of our best ofs.
Best ofs.
For this summer.
Summer 2015.
Okay. All right, you ready?
Ready.
Let's start with best trip of the summer.
Best
Go.
trip of the summer.
Best trip of the summer.
I'll say the one I just took with two of my best friends from high school. We went to Ocean City, which is your classic Maryland summer trip, but we could only do about 24 hours, about a day and a half, because one of our girls has a new baby boy, so she wanted to get back home to him, and I totally get that. So I was shocked and amazed and so proud of my girlfriends for how much we fit into 24 hours. I'm talking mini golf, beach, boardwalk, great restaurants, Fisher's popcorn. We did it all.
Okay, I have three questions.
Three
Very
questions.
quick yes or no answers.
Very good.
What happened to Martha's Vineyard? That's not a yes or no.
That's not a yes or no.
Did you go to Martha's Vineyard?
No.
Okay. Were people taking selfies at the beach?
Oh my gosh. Yes, I'm so sick of the selfie stick. No more selfie sticks, y'all.
And I forgot the third question.
Yes.
So I'll talk about my favorite. I'm going to go with my friend Ben's birthday. I went to New York City.
That's right.
And we had a fantastic time. And I learned that Long Island City has nothing to do with Long Island. I mean, what?
So
What's
an
going on, New
educational
York?
trip,
What? It doesn't make any
if
sense.
you will. Okay, very good.
No, really. It's in Queens.
Right. I love Queens.
Everybody, Long Island City is in Queens. I can't tell you why, but it is, just so you know.
And that's not the typical place that, folks go when they're going up to New York City. They're staying around Times Square doing Manhattan, more of that. Did you experience another side of New York that you think most people don't see?
Yeah. We spent some time in Queens, and it was nice. It's they're redeveloping the waterfront. So if you go directly north up Manhattan, and as soon as you cross the water, that's Long Island City.
Okay.
Okay. But we hit Harlem. We did East Village, West Village, Central Park. We covered a lot of ground in just a couple days. It was fantastic. And
Love it.
I got to go back soon. Okay,
I would love to do New York
so here is
soon.
favorite number two. Your
Favorite
favorite
number two.
concert of the summer that you attended.
It was pretty iconic that I saw Billy Joel, and the fact that he hasn't been in
Wow.
Baltimore since I think it was late 60s.
Did he
is
change all the
amazing.
words to the New York song and make it Baltimore?
No.
Because that would be just so touching.
No, and I would probably say my favorite song was Scenes from
New
an
York
Italian Restaurant.
Times, Daily News. Did he
Scenes
say
from an Italian
Baltimore
Restaurant.
Sun?
No, he didn't.
No.
Don't
So
make
Billy
that
Joel,
up.
that's a good
Billy
one.
Joel, you?
Okay, this is a tough call, but I got to go with Prince.
Oh, I didn't see Prince, or I would have probably said that.
Yeah, I mean it
But
was.
Prince and Billy Joel, we're not doing bad.
Yeah, those are some heavy
pretty
hitters
awesome.
right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Prince was very cool. All
Very
right, so
good.
we dispensed with that very quickly. I'm surprised.
Yes.
Okay, so the third one was best movie of the summer, I believe.
Movie of the summer. What did I see? Oh, Jurassic World. I think we've all been waiting for it. I wasn't really impressed with a lot of the things that came out this summer because I really only go to the theater if I'm really compelled to see something on the big screen, which was
Me too.
Jurassic World. I had to do the IMAX experience. So I'm going to say this was the summer of the Raptors because it's always been focused on the T-Rex, and this was all about the Raptors. I loved it.
Okay.
That was great.
I loved it too. I
Okay.
saw it, and I'm not a professional expert about Jurassic Park. I just knew it was about dinosaurs, and I saw the original, but I didn't really remember all the details. Apparently, some of the diehards were a little disappointed with some items in the plot.
Okay.
But I thought it was cool. But I'm gonna. I'm going to go with Trainwreck.
Trainwreck. I still haven't seen it. I really want
And
to.
here's why. It's not for kids, parents, so don't take your kids to see it. But it had a lot of athletes in the movie.
Okay.
And they were
That's right.
really good.
LeBron was in
I mean,
it.
how many movies have you seen with athletes? And it's just like
John
come
Cena.
on. John Cena was ridiculously funny.
And LeBron.
LeBron James had a significant role in the movie. I mean, he had a lot of lines. It wasn't just like he had to read a line. I mean,
Right.
he was a main character in the movie.
Right.
And
this
it was
is
really
the-
smooth, really believable, really likable, which I'm a Washington Wizards fan, so for most of the time I can't stand LeBron James.
But now you've fallen in love with him.
I've
And this
changed a
really
little
is
bit.
the summer of Amy. So Amy Schumer
Yeah,
summer.
I know she's everywhere.
Yeah. So, okay, that was good. And can we both agree that the best movie ad of the summer would be the Dirty Jobs featuring the Recover brothers from the Anne Arundel County Recycling
Oh,
Division?
yes. And I saw it in the movie theater
See?
more than once.
Yes, very
Yeah.
good, very good. Okay,
That's
final
wait,
question.
were you one of those Muppets?
No.
Did you do the
That's
voice?
a skill I do not have. I've tried to work those Muppets. I'm not very good at it.
Has Oscar the Grouch called to complain?
No.
Okay.
He won't. Final question.
Okay.
Best of summer fashion trends, go.
Oh, this is a good one.
Okay, go.
And of course, as always, I'm perfectly happy to embarrass myself.
All right.
So I just learned about this cargo shorts thing. You can't wear cargo shorts? What? What am I gonna do? Thank God the summer's over before I found out.
So your favorite summer trend was learning that you should not do something.
Well, it's the most important trend.
Be focused on non-cargo shorts.
What do you think? Is this cargo shorts thing for real? You just can't do the cargo shorts?
I know plenty of men that love them some cargo shorts. They
I mean, is it
are,
not? Okay, let me ask you a more
It
direct
comes from a
question.
utility standpoint. You have a lot of pockets.
A lot of pockets.
I get it. I think that maybe people are just ready
Solid
to see
color
a
is easy
different
to match.
style. I see a lot of salmon shorts these days.
Oh,
the bros.
no,
the
I don't
bros.
do that.
I'll go ahead to my favorite summer trend.
Okay, go ahead.
I've always been a big fan of olive green. I've never stopped wearing it, and now it's back in again. So, and it's going into the fall as well. So that military style with the jackets and the nice leggings that are an olive green. So
That's
that's
camo.
shh.
Olive is like a brighter.
Adults are talking. Shh. It's olive.
There's a difference
green.
between olive and camouflage.
Camouflage is a print. It's got like beige and brown, and it's splotches.
Okay, and what is olive?
Olive is a single color. Olive green, not camouflage.
I don't get it.
I'll show you on Google when you're older. Okay, and speaking of Google.
But you didn't answer my question.
What?
So you're saying the cargo shorts are okay,
I'm saying.
There's still a debate
I'm saying
raging.
this life is short. Do whatever makes you happy.
but not the cargo shorts. They're not short.
They're not short.
They're long.
And real quick,
Yes.
I think we should mention it because we're a new show.
Yes.
Google unveiled their new logo today as we're taping. So,
What?
yeah, they have gone to a more sans serif logo, and the G will now be all the colors of the Google instead of just the little blue G.
Well,
so,
Thank
some folks
goodness
probably
we-
already noticed the change.
Thank goodness we found out about that.
I'm telling you. It's
I do
huge.
love the Google homepage.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
Very good.
Well, we'll be sure to keep you updated on everyone's logo all over the internet. But right now, that wraps up this week's edition of Week in Review. You can watch this episode and archive episodes online anytime on Facebook, YouTube, Google+, by searching Arundel TV. Please tune in next week for more highlights and news from around the county, and we'll see you next time.